Yo, yo, hey, yo, how's it going? Cheers, good morning. Good morning, good morning. You cannot see me. Hello, hey, there we are. Cheers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is. Welcome back. Welcome back to the morning live streams with Kung Fu. Hey, how's it going? It's Sunday. I was just thinking about you guys. I was just thinking about you because I just posted a video. I just posted the AMA or KYC AML David Schwartz Polysign video. David Schwartz Polysign KYC AML everything together. Time to get our glasses ready. Maybe some headphones too. Okay. We've been doing live streams for a little bit now. I don't even know how long we've been doing them. Like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's been kind of exciting. It's been fun. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. I'm having a realization the other day or yesterday night, this morning. I was like, how long have I been doing this? How long have I been doing this live stream thing? And I was like, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better at it. I noticed the other day, I think maybe Calvin or somebody said, yo, I like your edits. I honestly like the edits more too. I think because they're concise, because they're short. Brevity is the answer there. Power to brevity. Boop boop. And the reality is that those edits are fun and they're concise and they're short and it's a good deal. But I kind of like these moments too. And I was looking for a different time in the afternoon because I was trying to work right now. Well, during the week it's Sunday, so I don't know. But normally, I was trying to get work done right now, but we might stick with this time. 10:30, 10:45. I came on a little bit late today because I was playing around with my camera, etc., etc. Technical difficulties, etc., etc. But we're here, we're up, we're hanging out, popping and locking on a Sunday, popping and locking in the sheets. So what's going on with you guys? Let's say hey to everybody. Good morning, room. Good morning. Does Hibernian, Bandy Bick, Vignette, Jesse, Scott, Kyle, Ryan, Miyagi, Nighthawk, David, XRP 1000, Drizzy, what is up? Mike, we got the free Malik, Hamid, Cool, Mr. Cool's in the room. We got Henrik, Brad Garlinghouse's right ear is in the room. Very cool, very cool. So hello, good morning. What is up? Yo, yo, Raspberry and TC. How are we feeling? Good morning, Blisey. Good morning, Blisey. And Bill Gould. Hello, hello, MK. How are we feeling? XRP to the moon. Did you guys see the video yesterday? What was that? The decoupling video? XRP minus BTC equals decoupling. It's gonna be a rough few months ahead, I'm afraid, for the XRP fam. I think there were some commenters that were kind of picking up what I'm putting down. I don't want to say for sure, but we might be seeing a decoupling as XRP price slips a little bit into the red. Again, with the rest of the market probably slipping into the red as well. And I think I'm almost going to say we might see some runs on Ethereum and Bitcoin that XRP might not get in on, but that's okay. It's okay. It's all good. I think the real challenge is going to be the next few weeks or month or 2 months that we're going to see the possible gray area with the SEC still and the XRP, and then the clarity for Bitcoin and Ethereum. They'll probably get their ETFs. They'll probably hit some runs. It'll be positive for them. Again, looking for another dip before that happens, calling another bottom to happen first, and then running again towards the end of the year all-time highs. Looks like a lot of people have been pulling back from their high Bitcoin price predictions. We had people basically putting a lot of faith in 100K, 200K, 50K at the end of the year, and excitingly dumping those. Oop, we gotta turn this on. Excitingly dumping those predictions as soon as there's any sign of trouble. So you can see that their lack of commitment to their price predictions happening moment to moment, and that's okay. I think that they want to refine their prediction based off the information they have at hand. And so looking at where we are, the crypto market in general, Bitcoin dominance up, Bitcoin headed towards 50% dominance still, crypto market still under 300 billion. And if you're asking yourself if you should buy one Ethereum, I would say yes. I would say yes. Again, looking at the reality that XRP is really, 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 really amazing. Really, really, really amazing. But it's kind of like I was just watching some David Schwartz videos, and he's talking about how we always look at these as if they're one use case solves everything, or as if like one perfect coin is going to fix all the issues with the world, and that's not how it's going to happen. I mean, each coin has specific use cases, a utility to it, if you will. And someone the other day said on my video, they were like, "Well, what happens if XRP isn't used by banks for XRapid?" And I know that might be like a big question. People are like, "Well, we're pretty much that question being important, I think, is because people are placing so much emphasis on the XRP price and its utility paired to XRapid." And honestly, long term, I don't know if that's the reality. I know that XRapid's a really good use case for the liquidity pool of XRP, but looking long on XRP means that there's a lot more use cases than just XRapid. So still looking at the same thing we've been saying for the last few streams and the last few videos is that the reality is we haven't seen people start to really understand and adopt XRP's technology yet. Still, the conversation's focused around cryptocurrencies in general, a broad conversation about cryptocurrencies in general. And once that conversation specifies, more individual blockchains inside that conversation, we can start to look and highlight why different blockchains will be used for different things and why different coins will have different markets that they're in. And I think that honestly, the more we start to entertain these conversations, the more it will actually bring in developers. It'll actually be a catalyst, right? Like if you're a developer and you're having a conversation with someone, and all of a sudden your ears perk up because you hear like an opportunity as a developer, and each one of us, we hear different things. Like the lens we perceive our reality through, it's different for each one of us. So like I might be focused on some specific use case of XRP that relates to my life, and someone else might be specifically focused on another use case that relates to their life. And those could be completely different things, and they could be resolved with the same coin, but maybe they won't be. Maybe they won't be. Maybe you like a different coin because it offers a different use case or a different utility to people. And that's pretty much what powers every system. We say that a lot. We say this a lot. What powers systems are the people in them. The people in the systems is what keeps them relevant. So if you don't have good people, then you don't have a good system. And that actually brings us to our first real thing that we're breaking down today. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's my email, so hopefully you can't. Or you can. I don't care. I don't really care. Okay, we're opening this. Wait, is this it? All right, that's what we're opening first. So it's a Reddit. I found this on Reddit. It's kind of interesting, and I think it's relevant. I think it's very, very, very relevant. This is just, again, a Reddit post that I saw on LPT Life Pro Tips. LPT Life Pro Tips. When things go bad at a job, good people leave. Eventually, followed by people who thought they could change things but got buried because too many good people left. Those left are bad people or hostages. Good people are your canary. Now, this is 3 days ago on Twitter. Brian Hogan posted this on his Twitter. It's very simple, basically. It's a very simple and profound advice. If you're in a toxic work environment and you're considering making a job change, do it now. And I think this is important, not because I'm trying to convince you to quit your job. I think this is important because if you can see the good people leaving the system, that's the time to exit. That's the time to exit because you can see the progression, right? You can see good people leave. The people in the middle are kind of stuck, like thinking, we're going to change it. We're going to turn it around. It's going to be all right. And then those people eventually leave. And who are you left with? You're left with a bunch of bad actors, right? And so you can see this applies not only to a company. This applies to a lot of things. It applies to not only your job, it applies to these coins that we're looking at, these software companies, these like the software companies that run these coins, the people, the teams and projects in these coins, right? So again, the utility and the value of these systems boils down to the value we place in them, right? In order to make something special, you have to believe something is special. So if you're looking at something and you're wondering like, how can I best assess this project or this space, you can look at the people. You can look at the team, right? If good people are leaving that space, it's probably not a good indicator. It's probably not a good indicator. And I think one of the problems we have right now is that we're all getting squeezed, right? I know some of us are more well off than others, and some of us have a little bit more room, a little more freedom financially or time constraint wise. Some of us have a little more freedom than others. But in reality, I think a lot of people are getting squeezed. And I think a lot of people are feeling the effects of that squeeze. I think that businesses are losing money, corporations are losing money, small businesses, SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises, they're losing money. They're feeling the effects of a recession, right? They're feeling the effects of the squeeze. So everyone's looking for where to turn. Everyone's looking for how to make a little bit more, how to be a little more efficient, and how to hit that pivot just right. It's all about the pivot, honestly. It's all about the pivot these days. And so in reality, I feel like a lot of people are getting squeezed, and I feel like a lot of people are taking notice that things are changing, but they don't know where to go to. And I think blockchain is one of the first times that you can really see a strong indicator that there's hope in the community, like hope in the general space of IT and tech, that there's a chance for the people to have power, the people's power of currency. So this is one of the things I think is important for us to look at. Like I know a lot of us are getting squeezed. A lot of us probably feel like, it's like you're looking for a way to make use or refine or be more efficient. But every time maybe you think you are made headway, you lose that headway to, whatever the momentary squeeze of the day is. So I think this is really interesting to look at. Like if you're in a company and you're losing people, that's not necessarily an indicator you should leave. Like you shouldn't just bail on a company because they're losing people. You shouldn't just bail on a coin because it's losing price, right? You shouldn't bail on your hopes and dreams just because they're hard, right? You should keep trying. But when you notice that your hopes and dreams, the intent, the focus is not aligned with who you want or what you want, you probably should reevaluate, right? When the coins that you're investing in, when the ethos of that coin or when the people in that space are no longer aligned with the type of community you want to be part of, you should probably let go of that coin. And when you're working at a place that good people are leaving and they're trying to say to the bosses or to the management, like, we need change, no one's listening, and then those good people leave that space, it's only a matter of time before either there's only two ways it can go. Either changes are made and you bring in more good people and it's okay, or more good people leave, the moderate people leave, and you're left with a bunch of shitty, bad people. Now, I said shitty, bad people. I'm sorry about that. If your kids are watching, I didn't mean to curse, or if you're feeling offended by curse words. And I also don't mean to say anyone specifically is a bad person, because I actually don't believe that. I actually don't believe that people are bad people. I think that they do the best they can with the information they have, and they're making choices with what they believe to be the right choice. So it's a very gray area. It's really, I know it gets really gray when you start to define these things very precisely. But looking at this, I think, is a good indicator to look at where we're headed with crypto. When things go bad at a job, good people leave, right? Eventually followed by people who thought they could change things but got buried because too many good people left. This middle line right here, I think, is like the line that you should be paying attention to. Eventually, people who thought they could change things got buried because too many good people left. Too many good people left. So that's an issue. That's an issue. And in reality, that's what we're looking for in coins, I think. That's what we're looking for in coins, is the fact that, if too many good people leave, the coin's going to get buried, right? So too many good people leave, the coin gets buried. And I'm not going to go into specifics for different projects I'm thinking of necessarily, but you can just use that very broadly applied to a bunch of different coins and just look at what do we expect if we have all the good people leaving a space? So things to think about as we move into the news of the day. The news of the day. So, what are you guys chit-chatting about? You think XRP is centralized and XLM is not. Okay. That sounds cool. That sounds like a cool story. Is that a fictional story you're writing? Is that like a fictional narrative you're writing? Like a kid's book? If it's a fictional story, that sounds cool. But if you're looking for facts, then you're wrong. You're wrong. No, you're definitely wrong. How is XRP centralized? Tell me more. Tell me more about that. 3 million Brits invested in crypto via exchanges. No one thought to ask for advice. Millions of Britons have so far invested in cryptocurrencies, although very few have actually sought professional advice, despite the fact that many do not quite understand digital assets. This is about where we are. This is about where we are in crypto. This is about where we are. Millions of people want in. Nobody knows what they're investing in. Nobody knows what blockchain is. Nobody knows why one would be better than the other. And that's okay. Yesterday, looking at the idea yesterday, talking about chasing perfection. Chasing perfection is an idea. It's a concept, right? And we used that idea, chasing perfection, to demonstrate why I think XRP is a few steps further than Bitcoin, further than Ethereum. I think it's a refinement or a progression of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think that that's okay for people to not understand that. And in reality, if you do understand the progression or refinement of these structures, then it gives you a possible, long on a return. So potentially, this is interesting. This is interesting. I have a lot of people want in the space, but no one knows no one knows about it. And the other day, I don't know if you guys follow Love for Crypto on YouTube. The other day, I was just like hanging out, and I was wondering, where did Love for Crypto go? Where does Love for Crypto go? He needs to make some more videos, right? Don't you guys think that he needs to post some more crypto videos? I think I saw a tweet, and I saw it, and I didn't respond to it. And I'm going to go respond to it after this video. But I related to it. I could relate. I felt like, I relate, bro. He said something about, like, there's so many people making crypto videos, I don't even know if I need to. It's covered. It's plenty well covered enough. And I thought about that, and I was thinking, like, that might be true. Like, that might be true that there's a lot of people doing crypto videos, but the beauty of this space, the beauty of your individual presence and your individual lens is that you offer a perspective that none of us do, right? Like, you offer an idea or a perspective or a glimpse into this realm that none of us have. So I think it's cool to have more people being, I think it's cool to have more people being an influence in the space. I think it's cool to have more people starting a show and starting a conversation. I've seen some people that are like really technical people, like really knowledgeable coders thinking like, I'm gonna make a channel too. And I'm always like, yes, do it. Because you have millions of people that want to invest, but they have millions of people that want to invest, but they don't know what they're investing in. And that's potentially why we need more people in the space, starting conversations, breaking things down. Yeah, I was wondering about that, Miyagi, because I tried to, whenever I did my XRP All-Stars, I tried to like put Love for Crypto in there, and I was like trying to figure it out. I was like, who is Love for Crypto? Like, which one of these guys is this? Because I think I had a conversation with one of the guys one time, and then it was like the other time I watched another video, it was a different guy. I was like, is this two different guys sharing a channel? Like, I don't get it. But yeah, both of those guys, both Love for Cryptos, where are you guys at? Get back out here. So yeah, we have a deficit of crypto knowledge. Literally the next article top is deficit of crypto knowledge and information. Now I've said some stuff before about like, don't listen to people that don't know what they're talking about. And that's a gray area, I think. Like obviously there's a huge difference between throwing $100 into like a trash coin that has no use and no use case, and it's basically like a scam, or putting $100 into a coin that actually has a really strong team and and utility to offer the world. Obviously, there's a big difference there, and obviously, it's important to know the technology enough to not be suggesting people buy scam coins. But on top of that, behind that, paradoxically ignoring that, looking at this deficit of crypto knowledge and information, where are you at? Where are you at? Love for crypto? I need you. Love for crypto. Love for crypto. Trying to like, I'm yelling in my house by myself. You guys are like, stop yelling. I'm sorry, the microphone's not turned down, and I started yelling, etc., etc. So, deficit of crypto knowledge and information. That's basically where we are. That's where we are. DNI, Digital Nomad Investor, is are you talking to the guy who's talking about centralization of XRP? So exactly what he's talking about with the XRP validator nodes. They did just bring on like 2 more independent nodes that are not Ripple Labs' nodes recently, aiding or improving their decentralized structure. And again, what's really crazy too is you inside of the validator nodes, you can choose your own trust lines. Like you can choose who to trust. That's a revolution in itself inside of a trustless system. So those of you guys that are really into having a conversation about centralization and decentralization and blockchain and stuff, I think you guys should just look more into the Ripple consensus protocol and look at the Ripple network and RippleNet and look at XRP Ledger and just do some research and just try to understand potentially, like there's a game you play in Kung Fu. It's like a Buddhist monk thought game. It's a thought training game. We all have a lot of ideas that we hold onto, right? And so this game helps you break that habit. It's a game of practicing arguments, basically. You try to argue a point, and the way it works is that you pick random points. Like since you don't think XRP is decentralized, you would be arguing to try to convince me XRP is decentralized. You see how that works? Like it's a thought experiment argument. We trade sides. So I would try to tell you XRP is centralized. Like I would try to, even though I believe it's not, as part of a training for us to have the ability to argue points and for us to be humble and let go of our egocentric attachment to our ideas, we start to learn and practice arguing points we don't believe in. That actually opens up our brain's ability to perceive and interact with ideas we don't support yet. And so potentially this is like a thought experiment or like a training, argument training practice where you would pick a few friends and you would try to argue like a point that you don't care about. You try to argue like an idea that you actually don't believe. You try to argue pro for an idea you don't actually believe. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of a fun thought experiment, and you should give it a try. Try it with one of your friends. So find someone that believes something, and you two change beliefs, like trade beliefs, and try to argue the other side's point. It's really fun. It's really cool. So Ripple reaching for global presence, regulatory framework may be an advantage for XRP. One person's regulation is another person's protection. What? I believe it's really important for investors to be protected. We've seen what happens when there aren't investor protections. We've seen investors lose so much money, and we've seen it in the crypto world. We've seen some really bad actors involved, so we're thrilled that regulators are getting involved. I think this boils down to the idea that we basically want regulation. We want more regulation. We want some type of regulation. I don't know exactly if they're going into specifics in this article, but I think that they're saying basically regulation can be the friend of the Ripple's global presence with XRP, especially because that clarity in the United States will be very beneficial. But again, looking at the reality that for a long time, I think regulators were demonized for just trying to even exist as a regulator. That's what they do. But I think this is important, and we can see again that moving forward, I think that it'll be less of a regulation and more like a standard. It'll just become a standard, kind of like another reference to David Schwartz's video breaking it down. You can try to there's so many different ways to connect and to interact with the ILP and stuff. It's not going to be like this really tight specific regulation, but I think it'll become a standard of the industry. I think XRP will become the standard of the industry, and the regulators themselves, I think, will probably almost play a backseat role to Ripple Labs to how to understand this stuff. So it's interesting to look at. So, whoa, what up, King Blue? King Blue, how are you? How you been? What's going on? What up? Stellar. You guys talking about Stellar still? FX settlements. True Sky, I agree 100%. The reason I love you all is because you are here. Think of how many people are still asleep and own no crypto. It's true. That's true. I'm from UK, and I went to see an investor advisor. Opens my mouth about crypto. He looked at me as if I had grown 3 heads. So went ahead and did my own research. Now I'm in XRP. Nighthawk, my man. Nighthawk, very cool. Yeah, it's funny to think about how these people that they've spent their whole career in life looking at investment vehicles have been so like blinded by crypto. Like they literally have their blinders on because someone told them like, no, don't look at crypto. They're like, okay, I'm gonna keep headed this way. Looks really good. I'm gonna go somewhere really good. Sorry about that time I yelled in the microphone. That was probably loud. Exactly what kind of bothers me about some of those, legacy investment systems is literally that exact thing. The fact that they don't understand why it would be important to have access to a store of value or a peer-to-peer exchange without intermediary manipulation. The fact that they don't understand why that's important scares me. It scares me even more than the fact that they don't want to invest in it. It scares me not from an investment standpoint, but from like a human standpoint, from like a human that exists in this conscious world. That scares me more. Like, who cares if they don't want to make money? What scares me is they don't want to entertain the possibility that we have inalienable rights. They're like, oh, okay, oh God, like what's happening here? So, Stellar is entering XRP territory. That's right. Somebody's just in the room talking about Stellar. So, go ahead and say it. Where are you guys at? Where are you Stellar lovers? I saw y'all a moment ago. Y'all were all in here a minute ago talking about Stellar. Now where'd you go? Huh? Where are you at now? Where are you at now? Honestly, there's a lot of potential in Stellar, but I think that there's a lot of issues too. I think there's a lot of issues. I have not finished my coffee yet, but I could finish my coffee. I just threw my coffee all over my desk. Yeah, okay, making a mess. Mr. Miyagi says he has Stellar. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. Yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst idea to diversify. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst idea to diversify. I mean, you might hate EOS because you don't like Brock Pierce, but that doesn't mean you don't want to make money if it goes up, right? Like, there's a lot of if, ands, or buts in this situation. It's kind of like, I'm going to blow on this daffodil, and I want you to tell me where all the spores are going to land. Where are all the seeds going to land? You tell me right now. I'm going to blow on it right now. You don't know. None of us know. And sure, one of the seeds might look like it's going to be way better, but in reality, the chaos principle is real. Chaos principle is real. You never know what type of environmental changes could arrive and shift everything. So that's pretty much where we're at. We're pretty much at where we're at. Pick a coin, do some research, pick another coin. Someone's calling out Tron. Tron just acquired BitTorrent. That's pretty strong. It's in number 11. Got $2 billion in it. I mean, honestly, any project that has billions of dollars in it with no debt is pretty interesting. Like where we are right now, as far as a global economy, as far as like evolving and delivering, advancements and adoption for technology around the world, like looking at any company that has billions of dollars and zero debt is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting for sure. And in reality, like Tron does kind of pique my interest because of their purchasing BitTorrent, because of their launching their mainnet, because of the fact that Justin Sun did have an entertainment medium platform that he already had hundreds of thousands of users on already, separate from crypto. I mean, those things together do kind of add up to I might be paying attention to this. things that worry me looking forward, if you want to look at like just things that kind of I think I'm shying away from, is privacy coins. I know you guys like them. I know Monero's popular. I know people think it's cool. I know people are always trying to shill Deep Onion on here. They're always like, Deep Onion? Deep Onion? The problem is, honestly, guys, that I just don't see privacy coins having a long use case because of the integration of legacy systems. You can see that like some exchanges are going to entertain Zcash, but they're going to block out private wallets. They're going to block out, private transaction wallets. So, I'm not sure what that means necessarily. If you can have a privacy blockchain that offers, public transparency as well. I'm not sure. Like, again, I'm not sure. I love this technology. I love this space. I'm learning all the time. I'm learning and taking notes and making sure I'm paying attention. But in reality, like the privacy coins are probably the least likely to be adopted. And I know people always think like, oh, no, you have it wrong. Privacy coins are going to be the number one coin because everybody wants privacy. And actually, nobody cares. Nobody cares about privacy. You would think that people want privacy, but then you just get to look at like what's actually happening in the marketplace. Like people are handing over their privacy, moment by moment for what? For nothing. For literally nothing. They're handing over everything. And maybe it's because they're not aware they're handing over their privacy. Maybe it's because they don't know that their privacy is being taken advantage of. But in reality, I'm not sure. Not sure about those privacy coins. So Jay Cleve is asking if Ripple and Stellar share the same network. No, they do not. They do not share the same network because they have their own separate validators. That's I think Jed actually forked Ripple way back. Like before they finished Ripple 1.0.0, before they even finished the XRP ledger, Jed forked it. So he forked an old version of XRP. He forked like a really old version of XRP. I'm not saying it's bad or worse or anything. I'm just saying he forked an old version and then modified it. And that, I mean, it's a totally different blockchain. It's a completely standalone blockchain. So it has nothing to do with, it's not anywhere close to the XRP ledger. What up, what up? How's it going? What's going on? Who just joined the room? Who was that? Vandi. Or no, who just joined? Oh, Vamirez. Yo, what's up? How's it going? Yo, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Powered by a Ripple. Get used to that statement. Protocol's right. Protocol's right. That's going to become like a branding term. And I think they did copyright it or whatever, trademark it. Eve Leland wants to know what a privacy coin is. So a privacy coin is different from most other coins because it keeps the transactions private. You can't look at anyone's wallets. Like right now, you can go look at my wallet address on Ripple.com and see my wallet. You can see transactions coming and going from it. You can't do that with privacy coins, or you can turn it on and off, or you can like choose when to do it or when not to do it. Each one's different. Each blockchain's different. So when I start talking about broad use terms like that, when I start talking about things in a broad use term, it's not very specific. It's not like a specific thing. Yeah, I was looking for more information about PolySign. Really, PolySign's been announced for a while. I mean, it was like pioneered in 2017. Like last year, they put that together on paper. But I'm not really finding too much information on it. But I did think it was relatable enough to the AML and the KYC that I could put those together in a video. And I kind of was phrasing that at David Schwartz and PolySign in a question, thinking like, what is the approach for the solution for this? Because this is a problem. I think AML and KYC does have potential problems for people to be able to get in and access a store of value. So that's interesting. It's an interesting video to do. It's an interesting video to do for sure. I've never heard of XLR. You've never heard of Monero? Or you said XLR. I think Monero is XMR. What's XLR? Did you mean Monero? Monero is XMR. Privacy coins are useful. Privacy coins are useful. You know, that's definitely what I hear from a lot of people. I hear that a lot from people, but I don't know. I don't know how useful they are long term. Like I don't know how useful they are long term. And also I don't know what the adoption is for those. I really don't know what the adoption is. Bytecoin was the first privacy coin or private coin in 2014. The topology, I have not seen it on their report. I was just looking at volume. We're definitely down by volume. XRP is under Tron. We're down under 200 million in volume. That's pretty crazy. Quantum has double the volume we do right now. Do you guys know what's happening with Quantum? Does anybody else know why Quantum's volume is crazy high right now? Quantum and Tron just jumped ahead of XRP in volume, if you guys didn't notice. Did you consider Chinese market, which will be huge? I think they will look to privacy for sure. That's the thing, though, is like China definitely not going to do privacy coins. Like China is not going to let that happen at all. China runs WeChat. China literally takes all their information from the back door through WeChat, and they like it that way. That's why they banned coins to begin with, is because they don't want to lose that data. The last thing China's going to do is let a privacy coin in. I guarantee you the last thing that they'll do is support privacy coins. And I said let them in. Obviously they can't block them out, or they can or they can't. It's kind of like a weird gray area. But they can do their best. They can try. And I think as far as like letting exchanges use them or like letting them be supported, that probably will be how they kill them. Maybe privacy coins can be used right now for short-term transfers. But I'm saying long-term mass adoption. I don't think privacy coins are going to be mass adoption. I think privacy coins are like an interim. I think they're an intermediate coin for now. And I especially in China, I especially don't think that they're going to fly with privacy coins. I think they're going to definitely do. They're going to do something more like what we'll see happen with the ILP, but it'll be like specified just to China, like on top of the ILP possibly, or inside that protocol. They'll figure out how to basically create a standard for payments. And I'm pretty sure that you hypothetically could use anything at that point, but I'm just not sure. Like the technology is being developed all the time for how this is going to work, and I hear your ideas. I hear your suggestion that because people will want privacy coins in China, that they'll be used in China, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And maybe you're right. Maybe Zcash, because it can switch back and forth, will be more likely to be used long term or adopted long term. And in reality, the Zcash does have a unique potential for being able to switch back and forth, to being able to initiate privacy transactions and to not. So that's potentially interesting to look at. And E-Town, I think you're right. E-Town, you're right 100%. I think that we obviously need to think globally, not regionally. But if you look at the threshold, we have a long road of adoption ahead of us, and unfortunately we don't have a world governance, we don't have an NWO yet, and so the idea that we'll think globally will probably happen faster once we have global infrastructure. We don't even have global infrastructure to support that thinking globally. Everything's very regional right now. Everything's very focused on regional use cases and regional legislation and regional regulation, and that's just because we're not connected. And I said this yesterday, and I said it before, but I think you're mad at Zcash for going ASIC. I understand. I can understand that. That the ASIC discussion is a whole other thing. The ASIC discussion is like a whole other thing. I was about to just say though that I've said this before. I said it yesterday, but looking at like a lot of these, looking at a lot of like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and maybe some of the other privacy coins as possibly initiating a problem that other coins, XRP, is going to solve. The fact that you have a problem for the first time that we've never had before, and we just so happen to be developing a solution. With the W3 regulation or whatever, or oversight with the ILP. Honestly, I think that there's something big happening. I think there's something progressing that it might take years for us to see what has happened. It might take years for us to see where we're headed. But in reality, I don't know if everyone's on the same page. Like China might be on a different page than India, who might be on a different page from Russia, who might be on a different page from the United States and the UK. So, there's a lot of geopolitical positions being evaluated, being moved. And honestly, I think no matter what happens, XRP is a strong use case. Either way. You making fun of me for not refreshing? XRP's up 45 cents. Ethereum's 465. Bitcoin's 8,200. EOS is down. Stellar's down. Litecoin's up. Cardano's down. IOTA's up. Tron's up. Tron's in the top 10. Passing Tether. No big deal. Looks sort by volume again. And still the same thing. Ooh, except for Quantum dropped. Okay, so I probably should have refreshed the page. Quantum was not up there. XRP still at 182 million for volume. Tron, 265 million. Litecoin, 277 million. Bitcoin Cash, 551 million. Trade volume. Pretty high volume comparisons. So I just saw that. Mr. Wendell, I just saw that. I actually just downloaded that app. I saw that this morning. TransferGo. If you guys didn't know, we can cover that. We can look it up. TransferGo just launched their app that is powered by RippleNet. Came out yesterday afternoon after our live stream. UK remittance service TransferGo adds crypto trading. So not only do they have a remittance transfer app, but they also added crypto trading. Founded in 2012, TransferGo currently has over 600,000 registered users, and it's partnered with 30 banks. That's right, 30 banks. They dropped some numbers here. In 2017, global remittance flows to developing countries reach a massive 500 billion. 500 billion. So I already downloaded the app. And I started playing. I just downloaded it. I didn't do anything with it yet. I don't know if I can even because I'm in the States, but according to TransferGo CEO and founder, the crypto trading option was launched in response to demand from our user base. That's one of the best things you can see in an article talking about crypto, talking about launching new services, is in response to demand from our user base. So that means that they're saying users wanted this, so we made it happen. With over 4,000 users signing up in the first few hours, we can see there's strong demand and the market for a simple and reliable investment and trading solution. That's pretty cool. And that's live. The app is up. I think on top of offering remittance services, they're also letting customers buy and sell 5 major cryptos: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So, powered by Ripple. That's exactly right. Powered by Ripple. And you can see that potentially is pretty exciting. Why is no one talking about Nano? Nano! Where was Nano on the list of China's 31 cryptos? You guys remember this sweet list? The sweet list. Here it is. Where is... No. Stop it. What were we just talking about? Nano? Nano's not even on here, is it? So, bro, don't hate on me, because China didn't put your Nano on its list. I'm just kidding. We can put it on a list if you want. Emmanuel, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Means a lot. It means a lot. Yo. What's happening? Emmanuel, thank you so much for the donation. It means a lot. Cheers, cheers. I appreciate it. So yeah, Nano is not on this list. There are some other coins on this list that are pretty popping. Neo, Stellar, Lisk, Dash. They got Bitcoin on here. You guys ever heard of that one? Bitcoin? Quantum's on here. Cardano, Ethereum Classic, Verge, Monero, Bitcoin. China put Monero on their list. That's pretty interesting. China put Monero on their list. Interesting. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh wait, Nano is on here. Woo! Nano! Nano's 27th. There you go. Nano is 27, below Zcash, below Bitcoin Cash, above Litecoin. I don't really know that much about Nano. I know they used to be called Rayblocks. That's what I know about Nano is they used to be called Rayblocks, and they rebranded because Nano sounds way cooler. What did I just click on? I don't want that. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe privacy coins will do all right. They got Monero and they got Zcash on here on their list. I have no idea what China's doing with this list. I don't know who made this list. I don't know who funded this list. Good questions to answer possibly. So, what else was in the news today? Japan Self-Regulatory Crypto Exchange Association considers trading cap. Huh. What about this? Trading cap. Suggesting trading activity limitations for minors requiring adult confirmation to measure against money laundering. That sounds crazy. They don't want kids to make money. They don't want these kids to get rich. John McAfee protecting crypto investors from high fees and scams. I don't know. When I think of John McAfee, I don't really think of protection. Like when I hear John McAfee, I'm not really thinking he's looking out for me. Thank goodness. Interesting. He might make some good points in here, but I don't know. I'm not going to read this and support it just because John McAfee's at the headline of it, and I don't think that he actually knows that much about anything. Small crypto coins making big claims. A small crypto coin is making big claims about private proof of stake. So we were talking about privacy earlier, and here we are looking at Spectre. Spectre coin, no big deal. Hey, it's McAfee's in the room. McAfee's in the room. What's up, McAfee? Are you the John McAfee? This guy? Is that you? All the unspent transaction outputs sent to a generated staking transaction are traceable on the blockchain, and all staking transactions can be linked to your balance, are visible to anyone who knows how to analyze the blockchain. So, this privacy proof of stake coin called Spectre, apparently, I don't know about that. But that's what they're saying it is. They're saying it's really, really good. They're saying it's the best. It's the best. Mwah. You want the best? We make the best. They started out with a ICO in 2016 that only raised 16 Bitcoin. That's they should have hodled. That's what they should have done. So we did our meme review yesterday. We had a bunch of good winners, but if you guys won and you didn't get at me yet, if your meme was picked and I have not sent you XRP, get at me. Let me know your Twitter so I can send you XRP. If you got some XRP yesterday from your winnings, if you won the XRP meme challenge and you're in the room, tell me someone to send XRP to. Tell me someone that you want to send XRP to. And Miyagi just added the link. There's the link to the subreddit, the Kung Fu Nerd subreddit. You can go put questions in there or funny memes, and you can win XRP with your meme creation. That's right. I'm paying you for your creative efforts. So make some memes, win some XRP. We had some really good winners yesterday. Mr. Miyagi actually won, and Crypto Craig, I think, won, and G-Man won, and Renaissance won. So G-Man and Renaissance, you guys need to get at me so that I can send you some money, send you some XRPs. And if Miyagi, did we pick someone for you to give XRP to yet? I don't think we did. If we did, then let's just pick another one. Miyagi, tell me someone to send XRP to. And also, who else was a winner yesterday? Craigman Cat or Catman Craig, somebody like that. Let me know. Let's send some XRP to someone. No big deal. You want to send it to McAfee? You want to send some to McAfee Blockchain or John McAfee? You want to send some to the guy that's in the room, or you want to send some to John McAfee the crazy? Even if all the banks make 1,000 partnerships and the value of XRP will not increase because Ripple is a company and XRP is the asset, the banks are using Ripple, not XRP. That's a really cool story you told us there, McAfee Blockchain. Maybe before you enter a room full of a bunch of people who understand XRP, you should go do some research. Maybe you should go do some research about how RippleNet works and how XRP works, and then once you know how to have a conversation, you can come back and we'll have a conversation about it. But until then, maybe go do some research. You know, I have a lot of videos educating people on XRP. You can go click through my channel. You can go click through my channel and just pick any one that says XRP. Yeah, go ahead and do some research and find out what you're talking about, and then start a conversation. It's real simple. So, tell us more. Tell me more. Can we send XRP to the modern investor and thinking crypto? Debate. Debate. You want to send XRP to the modern investor? What's his Twitter? Do you know? Take a mud bath and think it over. So, whoever won yesterday, our meme winners, you have not told me who to send XRP to yet. So get at me. Let me know. If you drop them right now in the comments, I'll do it before we go. Or get at me on Twitter. Send me a DM or something if you guys need. So I think, honestly, in reality, there's a long road ahead of us. I think the conversation's just started. I think people are still just entering in the space. I know some of you guys, I've recognized some of you guys and have seen you guys for 6 months in here. So I know you guys are patient. I know you guys are knowledgeable, and I know you guys have been grinding. But also, there's still plenty of time to take some more positions. Take a day off if you need to. Turn off the price ticker and take a day to relax and do something for yourself. That could have been today. If you're not in this video because you're doing that, I respect that decision as well. But again, I'm here looking at this information because I like it, and I'm happy you're here as well. So potentially read the WP. I like Tony. Put your eyes on XLM. I put my eyes on it right now. I did. It's looking like it just looked a second ago. The same. It looks the same. Stuart. XRP has been classed as a digital currency. Does that mean it will be adopted like money in everyday life, not just used for cross-border payments, but as a new currency? That's a really good question, Stuart. And I could see a manifestation of both events happening. If you guys want more clarification on this question, I reference a video that I have on my channel. I finally added it to my channel. It's called Codius Hosting Explained. And it talks at Stefan Thomas, the guy who stepped down from Ripple to start Coil, talks a lot about Codius and how it works. And I think in reality, there's a possibility that XRP could become an actual currency for use, but also becoming a bridge asset, intermediary for any other type of digital currency. So looking at the ILP and looking at the ability for people to pick a preferred currency, possibly as time moves on, I think it'll increase adoption into XRP because people will just be like, well, I'd rather hold XRP than have to hold this digital currency to transfer it to XRP to transfer it to this digital currency every time I want to use any of these two different currencies. So I think that a lot of governments and nation states will start launching central digital currencies, and those will be the mimic or the mimicking fiat inside of a nation state. And I think the XRP will be an intermediary currency used between them to save costs and funds, and eventually more and more people will probably just start using XRP as a base currency, just like how you see SBI and BitTrue launching their exchanges with XRP as a base. It just makes sense. Compounding interest over time to save money and to save transaction time and transaction costs. So yes, I think both are possible. Crypto Cat Craig wants you to send XRP to Warren Buffett. Okay, that sounds great. Crypto Cat, I sent you your XRP on Twitter, right? Like you won your 5 XRP when I put your meme up, I think. So let's send some to Warren right now. Let's go send some to Warren Buffett. Sounds like a country singer. +1 XRP tip bot. Hey yo. You won the community giveaway. Whoops, that's broke. That's weird. What did I do? Okay. What did I just break? What did I just break? Okay, here we go. Hey yo, you won the community giveaway. Cheers at Warren Buffett. Hey yo, you won the community. I'm gonna put XRP giveaway. Cheers. There we go. He's in it. He's in the loop. He's in the loop. What else are you guys talking about? Will there be enough XRP to do both? Yes. Digital currency is a made-up term that some expert has decided to classify XRP as. I think digital currency is kind of like a broad umbrella term, and a cryptocurrency would probably be a more specific type of digital currency. A digital currency could be not cryptographically encrypted. It could be, not, a part of a blockchain. A digital currency could just be a digital currency. It doesn't have to be cryptographic. So cryptocurrency, I think, is a more specific type of digital currency. And I, again, think that they won't be launching cryptocurrencies specifically, but more like digital currencies. And I know it's like a weird going back and forth with those, which one's which, but honestly, it's hard to say what's going to really happen. But base currency equals volume, which I like. That's true. Base currency equals volume. That's very true. I was trying to look for what you just said, the question you said. Some expert. Yeah, that's a good point, though. I mean, a lot of these experts, we don't really know where they came from, where they go, who are these experts, and like, what do they really know? That's my rhyme. You're right that possibly we don't know what these manifestations look like. Again, we're just waiting to find out what they're going to do if they do launch digital currencies, digital cryptocurrencies, et cetera, et cetera. We have no idea. So, Warren Buffett got his XRP. You want me to look at Fleischmeister's XRP memes? Okay, I'll check that out. I'll look at his memes for sure. Send it to someone who deserves it. Give you another name, you're making a straw poll. Okay, Mr. Miyagi's doing a straw poll, guys. A straw poll to find out who we're sending it to. We already sent some XRP to Trump. Should we send some XRP to Obama? I don't think we've sent any to Obama before. Let's send some XRP to Obama. How does that sound? Should we send him some XRP and say, yo, XRP tip bot, hey yo, you won the XRP community giveaway. Cheers. At Obama. Guys, what should I do? Should I send it to? Which one do you think he actually uses? Which one do you think he's actually going to look at? You think I should send it to Barack Obama or POTUS44, President Obama? He's probably using this one, right? He's probably using the Barack one. All right, here we go, Barack. Welcome to XRP Army. XRP Army. One of the other ideas I was thinking about the other day when we were talking about digital currencies launched on XRP, and I said this in a couple different videos, so I was assuming you guys might have watched those, but maybe not. Looking at kind of like how they launch ERC20 tokens on Ethereum, I think that we'll see a launch of a lot of smart contracts on Codius on top of XRP, and I think that that's where you'd see a lot of digital currencies show up. Again, they will be obviously cryptocurrencies at that point too, but looking at digital currencies kind of run on top of or parallel to standalone cryptocurrencies or true cryptocurrencies. And I think that's going to be something that we'll just will approach as it comes. And I think the parameter, the metrics, and the ecosystems of each coin might be different. They might be different for everyone. But still, when you look at the video I just did, the video I literally just did about AML, KYC, and PolySign, at the end of it, we were talking about how, honestly, the payment corridors of the world are kind of like a big brother of types. And that's what we're looking at the end of that video. We're talking about the big brother of types of payment corridors. And that's why KYC and AML are important to them, but also it's a barrier of entry that's not letting certain people into the banking system, right? And so the regime kind of needs to change a little bit, but also, looking at the possibility that nothing will change and XRP will still be a base layer currency, because they will create those digital fiats, the digital nation-state currencies that sit on top of XRP, basically, or they interact above XRP. And XRP being the base currency means that basically, it's interoperable and neutral and cost-efficient to use it. So that's why it becomes the base currency. It's not the base currency necessarily because it's a global reserve. It's not a base currency because everyone's using it. It's a base currency because it's a standard, because it's a standard protocol, meaning it's created like a standard of efficiency. So anything measured against that, everything is measured against the standard of XRP. Putting that would basically mean XRP is a base currency. So KYC is know your customer. KYC is know your customer, and AML is anti-money laundering. So looking at them to appease and uphold the standards of regulations for KYC and AML, and what that means, for the payment rails of ILP, and what that means for XRP if and when the ILP is completed. What if someone makes a faster, more efficient, easier to use currency that's better than XRP, and we haven't seen it yet, and that's what we're talking about yesterday with the chasing perfection, the continual refinement. We don't really know where it's going to go. And if that comes along, I definitely would be into that as well. So, exciting times, obviously. Exciting news, obviously. And we're still really, really, really waiting for some of these catalysts to show up in the space. And we're waiting for a lot of businesses, big businesses and SMEs to kind of like start figuring out and developing on top of some of these protocols, or on top of some of these coins. So, interesting stuff to look at for sure. Good question, Laxthor. Everyone's talking about Ethereum Classic right now. I know there's a lot of speculation that Ethereum Classic is going to be listed on Coinbase, and so people are positioning themselves to be rewarded by their position now. I can't say for sure that that's going to do a lot. Sometimes coins exist inside of a lagoon. Sometimes they're insular in existence. So the reality that as soon as it hits Coinbase, it's going to blow up, I can't say that. It might, as soon as it hits Coinbase, people might sell out. People might be like, oh boy, it's about to blow up, and it might start selling. I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I do notice that people are getting excited about Ethereum Classic being added, and I've thought about doing a video about that. So that might be something we do. We might do a video about Ethereum Classic. Guys, we need more votes on Miyagi's poll. He's making important decisions right now, and we need votes. And yes, Roger K is right. The ILP is developed and gifted to the W3 by Ripple. XRP is the base. XRP is the base of the ILP, again, gifted to them, created by Ripple Labs and a few other people. I think R3 and a few other people were part of that consortium. Why is Ethereum Classic different than Ethereum? That's a good question too. There's a moment in Ethereum's life, in Ethereum's history, where they changed the code to implement some new systems, I could say. I have to go look at exactly what the changes were made to Ethereum. If anyone's in the room that knows, please feel free to chime in. But looking at the code change, basically, like a fork, happened, and the main Ethereum foundation went with the modern Ethereum, and some people stayed back with the older version of Ethereum, and that created two different versions of Ethereum. Ethereum Classic and the Ethereum that we have ranked number 2 by market cap. So I'm still waiting for a couple of you guys to send me your Twitter handles so I can send you XRP, but we've crossed over the hour. We've done it. We've gone over an hour. It's over an hour. So we're trying to keep these short. I'm trying to do like under 45 minutes. I'm trying to do under 35 minutes, but I never do it. I never make it. I just like get going and start ranting, and that's the end of the video. And you know, honestly, a lot of people are still just kind of showing up to the space, and a lot of people are still kind of like just showing up and like asking questions and wondering what's happened. So always remember to be patient with everyone. Always remember to have a little bit of forgiveness for you know, for people making mistakes or doing something different or whatever, or people that irritate you. Just, you know, let them learn and experience the market on their own. They'll learn. They will learn. You just got here, G-Man Crypto. What's your Twitter? I looked at your Twitter handle yesterday. You said it was G-Man Tattoo. I couldn't find your handle, so I did not send you XRP yet. And also, I don't know if I remembered who you said to send it to. Who do you want me to send XRP to? And then what is your Twitter handle so I can send you XRP? Henrik, thank you so much for keeping me updated on that. The hard fork was resulted in a difference of ideologies, obviously, but the split occurred in 2016. So in 2016, Ethereum and Ethereum Classic split after a decentralized pooling fund, and that's pretty much what happened. The original Ethereum is Ethereum Classic. Maybe it's very undervalued right now. That's a good point. That's a really good point, and I agree. But under those same types of suggestions, then are you a Bitcoin Cash supporter? Do you think Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin? And then what's happening with Bitcoin at the top of the list? That's possibly the answer to that question might be the answer to why Ethereum Classic won't have the type of value that Ethereum does. So we have a winner, Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right, we're sending it to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Here we go, Neil. I always liked your style, Neil. +1. One day it'll be worth a lot more than 50 cents. Hey yo, you won the XRP community giveaway. Cheers. Neil deGrasse Tyson, yay. There you go. Off. It's off. Who is Neil? Neil deGrasse Tyson is one of my favorite quantum physicists, astrophysicists. I don't know. He's an astrophysicist, Wimira says. He's really smart. He's really smart, and he's really fun. He knows how to make science and astrophysics fun. That's what he knows. Did you guys know that I have a flat Earth theory video? You guys know that, right? I have a flat Earth theory video. I'm going to go pull it up. Have you guys ever seen this? Have you guys ever seen this video? I almost thought about reposting it the other day because it's really old. I was almost thought about reposting this video. go to my channel. Guys, we're at 9,600 subs. We're almost to 10K. We're almost to 10K. I need you guys' help. I need you guys' help. Give me a 10K. Go share a video you like. Have you guys not seen this flat Earth? Oops, this flat Earth video I made. It's really, 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 really rough. It's really rough. You guys will have to watch it on your own.
Oh, hey guys. Yeah, it's a new video. Today we're going to do a real hot topic people like to talk about. You thought the Earth was round like this because you've been told it's round your whole life, but that is false. Earth is not round anymore. No. Well, here it is. Pretty sweet looking Earth, I'd say.
All right, guys. That's about it. We're gonna do for the live stream. I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. I'm doing it. It's a funny video. If you guys are flat earthers, you might not like it. If you're not flat earthers, you might not like it either. In fact, nobody might like that Nobody might like that video. It might be rough. Hey, there. I forgot. I took myself off. I don't know. XRP Rocket's like, dude, if you think the Earth is flat, it affects your credibility. Really? Really, XRP Rocket? Tell me more. Tell me more. I'm going to give you guys a breakdown right now of flat Earth theory. This is it. This is the flat Earth theory. If you really want to know why I think flat Earth is funny, why I think flat Earth theory is funny, is because people who say the Earth is flat, they're right, but they just don't know it. They just don't know it. Now, be patient with me. Be patient with me. I'm gonna put this out there. And this is basically what happens in this video. Check this out. Check this out. Obviously, the Earth is not flat. Okay. Obviously, the Earth is not flat. The Earth is a round spherical object in space. But the only reason the Earth is round is because it's an equal distribution of mass, right? The Earth is round because that's the only way in physics that an equal distribution of mass works. That's how it works. That's why all celestial objects are spherical, because it's an equal distribution of mass. But I'm going to basically save you guys 15 minutes of watching my video. But if you are a particle traveling through space at the speed of light, when you pass a planet, the planet looks flat. It doesn't look flat this way. It looks flat this way, right? Because you're traveling past it at the speed of light. If you're a particle traveling through space at the speed of light, the Earth looks flat when you pass it. But that's only because of time dilation. That's only because of the warped perspective of time and space. So you might think like, actually, it's a paradox, right? The Earth is round when you're on it because that's how the equal distribution of mass works. But if you're a particle traveling through space at the speed of light, then celestial objects look flat from that perspective. The problem is that you and I, as physical bodies, we cannot travel at the speed of light. It's like some kind of Higgs law or something. Honestly, it's a scientific paradox. It's a scientific paradox. Like, you and I cannot travel at the speed of light. We will never be able to perceive a flat planet, right? But the fact that a particle traveling at the speed of light passing a planet, it would look flat, it possibly means you could say there might be a flat Earth for a particle. Now, if you guys are like, whoa, that's crazy, welcome to my reality. Welcome to my reality. Black holes? Yes, tell me more. So I made this video. I was thinking about reposting it. Recently, because I made this a long time ago and no one really watched it. So I might repost it, and then you guys will be like, oh crap, unsubscribe. He's a flat earther. Now you're talking quantum physics. Yes, I am. XRP Rocket, I love quantum physics. I love the double slit experiment. I love the wave versus particle argument. And I love the holographic nature of the universe. In fact, Michael Talbot's Holographic Universe is one of my favorite books. Really, really good read. Really, really good read. And for you guys that are saying puff, puff, pass, I am sober, okay? I woke up sober. I literally I've been up for about 5 hours grinding and working, and then I just sat down and made a live stream. So unfortunately, I have not partaked in any party favors today. I know it's Sunday. It's illegal to partake in those activities here in Texas, but on a Sunday in a place where it was legal, I might partake if it was passed to me. But right now I'm sober. I was straight edge for most of my life. I'm not a big drinker, not really a big user of anything. Straight edge for most of my life. Pretty into sobriety, pretty into math and quantum physics and kung fu and stuff like that. So welcome to my world. I put it all together. Yep, Miyagi did it. Miyagi did it. He picked Neil deGrasse Tyson. He started it. You guys will just keep me going. You guys are like, Kung Fu Nerds talking. Ask him a question. Ask him a question about something crazy. What do you think about dinosaurs time traveling to the future to start the next New World Order? Well, let me tell you about that, guys. I have an idea. All right, that's it. That's all we're going to do. If you guys want to, you can watch my my flat Earth theory video. It's right there. It's basically a comedy. It's a comedy. I make stupid voices, and I try to really explain my paradox, my quantum physics paradox. So share that with someone and send it out. Help me get to 10K. Get this video to like 10,000 views. Flat Earth theory, 100% true, debunked flat Earth. I just dropped that on you guys. So thanks a bunch for tuning in. If you guys haven't gotten your XRPs and you won the meme contest, get at me. G-Man, I saw you show up. What's your Twitter? Let me know. So there we go. That's about it. Cheers. Thanks a bunch, everybody. If you have any questions, drop them in the video. And we got some more stuff coming out later today. Farewell. Until I see you next time. Have a great day. Until then.